So I'm gonna hit record, ready?
Yeah, yep.
On.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Mayor and Council regular meeting for Wednesday, September 25th, 2024. This meeting is also being conducted telephonically. The dial-in number is 425-436-6365 with access code 213563. The meeting may also be viewed on the Ramsey YouTube channel. Please go onto the Borough website to access that YouTube channel. May I have the roll call, please?
Mayor Dillon,
Here.
Councilwoman Cusick,
Here.
Councilman Gutwetter,
Here.
Councilman Kilman,
Here.
Councilman Popolo,
Here.
Councilwoman Poppy,
Here.
Councilwoman Woods.
Here.
Wonderful, thank you. I will ask Council President Kilman to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of all citizens to have advance notice of and to attend all meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting the public is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, notice of this meeting of the Mayor and Council was published in the Bergen Record and the Ridgewood News on Friday, January 19th, 2024. Do we have approval of minutes?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the September 11th, 2024 meeting.
I second.
Thank you. Do we have any comments on the minutes? Not hearing any. Can I have roll call for approval, please?
Councilwoman Cusick,
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter,
Yes.
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilman Popolo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. Communications.
Yes, Madam Mayor, I make a motion to receive and file the communications as listed on our agenda tonight for September 25th, 2024.
Have a second?
Madam Mayor, this is Councilwoman Cusick. I second.
Thank you. Any comments on the communications? Not hearing any. We'll have a roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick,
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter,
Yes.
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilman Popolo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll open to public comment. Anyone wishing to address the governing body, please give your name, spell the last name and address. Please speak at an audible tone and address your comments to the chair. There will be a 5-minute time limit per speaker unless reduced because of the volume of business on the agenda. Please note public comment is your time. Out of respect and fairness to all, there will be no interruptions and questions answered during your time. No time shall be ceded to anyone else, and no time shall be saved for later use. Any responses may be given during the governing body's comments later in the meeting or as directed by the chair. The Borough Clerk is the official timekeeper. Okay, there's no one in council chambers to make public comment. Is there anyone on the telephone line? First call for public comment. Second call for public comment for anyone on the telephone line. Third and final call for public comment on the telephone line. Okay, not hearing anyone, we will close public comment. Okay, let's go into the advertised public hearing for final consideration of ordinance 12, number 12, 2024.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is Councilwoman Cusick. This is the final ordinance, number 12-2024, an ordinance amending Chapter 19 of the Code of the Borough of Ramsey, Bergen County, New Jersey, and more particularly Section 19-5 thereof entitled Stormwater Control. Having been brought up for public hearing, and all persons interested having been given an opportunity to be heard past final reading by title, and that said ordinance be adopted as an ordinance of the Borough of Ramsey, and be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be, and she hereby is directed to cause a copy of the title of said ordinance to be published in an official newspaper of the Borough in the manner provided by law, together with a notice of the date of introduction and adoption of said ordinance.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
I second that.
Okay, any comment on this ordinance?
Madam Mayor, this ordinance was previously adopted earlier this year, and it's based off the current recommended stormwater control measures from the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection and their new stormwater guidelines and model ordinance they've provided to municipalities for adoption. Bergen County's review of the ordinance, they've asked us to make what amount to some formatting, page numbering, and spacing changes to the state ordinance, with one section referenced modified from the state version of the ordinance. While these changes don't impact the meaning, objective, or enforcement of the ordinance, we're reintroducing it at the county's request to model with the state ordinance with these edits.
Perfect, thank you. All right, we'll now, any comments from the council on this ordinance? Oh, not hearing, okay, we'll now open this up to public comment. Not seeing anybody in council chambers to make public comment, I will now open it up to anyone on the telephone line. First call for public comments on ordinance 12-2024. Second call for comments on ordinance 12-2024. Third and final call for comments on ordinance 12-2024. Okay, not hearing anyone, we'll close public comment. Can we please have a roll call?
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Papalo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods?
Yes.
Thank you. Move on to consent resolution.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Be it resolved that resolutions 185, 2024 through and including 187, 2024, having been considered by the governing body of the Borough of Ramsey, be and are hereby passed and approved. We have a couple of block party requests this evening. P. Gurney of Elm Place is requesting permission to hold a block party on September 29th, 2024, between the hours of 3:30 p.m. and 8 p.m. And D. Mortorano of Poplar Street is requesting permission to hold a block party on October 27th, 2024, between the hours of 1 p.m. and 10 p.m.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. Excuse me, any comments on the consent resolutions? Not hearing any, roll call please.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Papalo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, we have no special presentations, so let's move into committee and liaison reports. Finance and Administration, Councilman Gutwetter.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. For my report this evening, as I previously mentioned, the library board is in process of reviewing a resolution to make the library a book sanctuary, and I'll present this to the mayor and council at a future meeting when more information is available. The next library meeting will be first week or second week in October. The Ramsey Library is providing a program on successfully navigating college admissions via Zoom. There's an author visit on October 8th for grades K through 5, authors Jack Gimm, G-I-M-M, and in-person yoga classes are Thursdays at 11 a.m. I believe that begins tomorrow. For the Rec Commission, past Saturday, the 21st, there was a Ramsey Run. There were 133 runners participating. I would like to acknowledge Director Ken Tiberzi and the Commissioners Melissa Oliver, Mike Glacius, Brian Kemp, and Ed Jarvis, and Secretary Karen Day for making this a very successful event. Also, thanks go to the Emergency Services and ShopRite and B&G Bagels for their support by providing water bottles, bagels, apples, and bananas. The fall sports are underway, and winter sports registration will be following. Halloween parade is scheduled for Saturday, October 26, 2024. I believe around 9 a.m. in conjunction with the Trunk or Treat sponsored by the Ramsey Fire Department. And for girls rec basketball, there have been some discussions with Ramsey joining some of the neighboring towns to ensure fuller rosters at the older age levels. The Ramsey Farmers Market is open from Sundays to 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. This past Sunday, the Women's Club of Ramsey hosted an Apple Fest, and their also upcoming event will be a touch truck event on October 27th. Each Sunday there are various children's activities, and this past Sunday there was also a knife sharpening demonstration by Hudson Grinding. That's my report for this evening.
Thank you. As now Public Safety, Council President Kilman.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. In regards to public safety, I'm going to speak about the Ramsey Emergency Services Complex. Development Committee and NETA Architects continue to focus on key issues in order to replace the outdated 70-year-old building and infrastructure on South Island Road. To recap briefly, because questions have arisen recently from residents I've spoken with, we had engaged Colliers Engineering and Design as an independent engineering firm to perform a review of the conditions of the fire and rescue structure on South Island Road. They looked at it from a structural, ADA, and overall first responder emergency services perspective of the current building. In its 2022 report, Colliers provided a detailed analysis on its findings, conclusions, and recommendations. Colliers Engineering and Design's conclusion was that after noting more than 50 areas of concern with a 70-year-old building, the most long-term, cost-effective way to put in place the necessary infrastructure for supporting the emergency services operations and for implementing today's strict code and safety requirements for emergency services, a new shared station house needed to be constructed. The report in its entirety can be found on the community page on the Borough website, the Ramsey Borough website, that is, and the folder is currently named Community and Engineering Assessment of Fire Rescue Building. Currently, we don't have this emergency service, we don't expect the emergency services complex to go out for bid until the fourth quarter of 2024 or the first quarter of 2025. And that's my report.
Thank you. Building, Planning, and Zoning, Councilwoman Woods.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The Design Review Board met last night and heard one application for J. Crew Factory Store that will be located in Interstate Plaza, and the next Design Review Board meeting will be Tuesday, October 22nd. The Senior Trustees Board meeting was September 12th. Author Tim Driscoll will visit October 4th to share his book, Ramsey Golf and Country Club Memories. The biggest concern for the seniors at this meeting was the milling and paving occurring on East Oak. Officer Gile was there to explain everything, and they should be fine with their scheduling. And currently, there are 575 members, and they continue to have a very full schedule. The next senior trustee meeting will be October 10th. The Zoning Board of Adjustment heard one residential application for an undersized property in the Ramsey Golf and Country Club and was approved on September 18th. The next meeting is October 16th. I would like to close with the request to all residents that if you see signs on the side of the road that are for businesses in mass, please contact me via email or text. Our new ordinance allows us to impose fines up to $1,000. Oftentimes, third-party companies install massive amounts of these signs, and it's difficult to administer effective punishment, but we must try to rid our beautiful town of this litter. Please know this ordinance includes any signs on telephone poles as well, including garage sale signs. My fall endeavor is to visit every business and clarify their approved signage, and we are looking forward to a cleaner Ramsey.
Thank you. Utilities, Buildings, and Grounds, Councilwoman Houston.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This report will provide an update regarding our Planning Board, Shade Tree Commission, and Board of Public Works. The Planning Board last met on September 17th. There were 5 site plan waivers, all approved. There was 1 public hearing which was approved. The October 1st meeting was canceled, and the next meeting is the 15th of October. The Shade Tree Commission met on the 19th of September 2024. The next meeting will be the 17th of October. There's information on our borough's website regarding our Shade Tree Commission. For the Borough of Public Works, it last met on September 16th, 2024. The next meeting is the 21st of October, 2024. Per and polyfluorinated substances, PFAS, are a group of chemicals used to make fluoropolymer coatings and products that resist heat, oil, stains, grease, and water. There are United States Environmental Protection Agency PFAS water quality limits, which impact our water supply. H2M, our architectural and engineering firm, is working with Ramsey Water Department regarding treatment approaches. For the lead service line replacement, the Board of Public Works continues planning regarding the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection's lead service line replacement legislation. This project requires that all lead service lines served by the water system be replaced by the year 2031. There will be an article in the Ramsey Journal regarding these 2 topics. Please note that there will be fire hydrant flushing the 27th through the 29th of September. Information is posted on the borough's website for residents and businesses. This is important because this activity flushes sediments from water main pipes, verifies that the hydrants and the valves are working properly and that ample water flow is available for firefighting needs, and aids in determining weaknesses in water pipes and related fittings and valves. And finally, the Ramsey leaf removal will begin in mid-October and run through December. Please help make this effort safe and efficient. Refer to our annual fall leaf pickup, which is posted in October on the Borough website. Thank you very much, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Pass it down. Public and Governmental Relations, Councilwoman Poppy.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The Ramsey Municipal Alliance met this past Monday. They discussed, they surmised their summer, as well as their plans for the future. Their biggest event is on October 9th. Chris Herron will be here. He is
Your input is invalid.
always me. He's a former professional basketball player, and he will be at Ramsey High School to speak about his battle with addiction. He will do an assembly during the day and a parent presentation in the evening. I hope that a lot of our residents, coaches, athletes will consider attending this event. This is the biggest speaker we've had in our community since before I was on the Municipal Alliance. There will be no October meeting for the RMA. The Pool Commission will also not have any meetings again until January 15th at 7:30. And the Ramsey Journal will be out in mailboxes the week of October 14th. A thank you to Kelly Sylvester for helping me with the editing. We're getting through that this week so that we can move to the next phases of the publication. Thank you.
Thank you. Health, Education, Social Services, Councilman Popolo.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'll begin with Ramsey is for Everyone Rife. Soccer season is underway and in full swing and being well attended. We do have a Halloween dance that is tentatively scheduled for October 18th from 6 to 9, and that will be at St. Paul's Church and School. Environmental Committee, we met earlier this month, and the next meeting is October 8th. I will comment, though, that Riva did go and speak with Ridgefield Park that has the styrofoam piece, so she will come back with that information and provide it to me so we can put something together on what are the options for styrofoam. Upper Saddle River did let us, our residents bring styrofoam last weekend, so they did. I'll get the details to how much was given, but all the residents were notified to kind of send it out from, at least from the environmental side committee to do that. And the Board of Education, we met last night. They recognized Margarita Dacos, which you probably know from special needs. She was the Bergen County Teacher of the Year, so her and her family were there, and it was a very, very nice ceremony for her. They did speak a lot about the cell phone policy. If you don't know that or haven't heard about the policy in the school, pretty much in-class stuff has been put away with the phones, and they really can't use it throughout the day, even during lunchtime. We did have some public comments on that from residents. 3 residents spoke about the policy in itself, and there are some things that they'll still work out with the policy with the phones, but it was good discussion about it. They did talk about the strategic plan for 2024 and 25, and then finally, the State Farm building is being purchased by the Board of Education, which they'll then look to discuss the crosswalks and tennis courts removal for that. So that's what came out of the meeting last night.
Okay, thank you. They're gonna want a crosswalk?
The crosswalks, they knew it's a county road, but they want the crosswalks exactly where the building is, because they think they still need something, not down by the church anymore, St. John's, and it's kind of far in between, and they want to put it right in the middle. And I think that will be a parking lot, right? It'll be kind of a parking lot going through where the tennis courts are, so it makes sense to have there. But they know that it is a county road,
Yep.
and it is gonna be a difficult road to kind of get, so they know that.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
When
Okay.
you go to tennis courts, they can.
Thank you.
The tennis courts, they don't know right now. They were trying to look behind by the baseball field, and that was kind of knocked down.
By the state.
They have wetlands.
The
Yeah, the
wetlands,
state.
no, right.
DEP. I think
Yeah.
they're talking Tisdale, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it's
Tisdale.
actually gonna be off campus, like, totally off campus for that, so I don't know if it hasn't been determined yet, so they didn't mention it, but I think Bruce is right, I think it's gonna be, at Tisdale.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and happy fall, now that summer's over, my favorite season. So I hope it's a beautiful fall with nice weather. And to reiterate what Councilwoman Woods said about signs, it's been the borough ordinance for several years that signs cannot be posted on the utility poles. I personally take them down when I see them on utility poles, and I also have the DPW take them down. And the DPW will drive around town and remove signs that are in the borough right away. I mean, they don't always have the manpower to do that, but Mr. D'Agostoro, the borough engineer, he does that on a regular basis. So I remind people, please do not put anything on the utility poles for numerous reasons. And that is all I have. Borough Administrator?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'll just make brief comments tonight on one of the resolutions on our agenda, which was Resolution 187, which was inserting a special item of revenue into the budget. When the borough receives grants or other revenue items subsequent to the adoption of the municipal budget back in the spring that will have offsetting budget expenditures, the borough may do a resolution to add that revenue item to the current year budget revenue and have a direct offset line on the appropriation side of the budget. On the agenda tonight is $15,000 of revenue received from the National Opioid Settlement Grant. A portion of this funding will be used to sponsor the upcoming Municipal Alliance Program with Chris Herron, the featured speaker, as Councilwoman Poppy spoke about earlier. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Borough Attorney?
Nothing, thank you.
Borough Clerk?
Nothing, thank you.
Thank you. We have no introduction of ordinances, no unfinished business or new business. Could I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second?
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you, folks.
7:22.
Excuse me.